A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Sears, kind of a Sears hybrid.
It does look like Sears.
It's like older,
he
drunk
like
Uncle Sears.
This fall, the Sandman, Adam Sandler, You're My Best Friend Tour.
I feel like we're very good friends now.
Casey Center, Saturday, October 4th. Get tickets now at HiVTix.com.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Scott Edwards, owner of Plaza RV. We're a locally owned full-service RV dealer, and we want to earn your business. We will do that by providing top-of-the-line personal service that big box dealers just can't offer. Service that goes well beyond the initial sale. We care about Central Iowans because we are Central Iowans. Give us a chance to sell you a brand new travel trailer or fifth wheel today. We promise you won't regret it. Shop local, shop Plaza RV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got a bunch
Attention all campers.
Keith Murphy.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career.
Andy Fales.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
Powered by AD.
Just a bit outside.
Murph and Andy. Proudly presented by Ramsey Subaru, live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. Murph and Andy, connected by cellular advantage.
Murph and Andy live RVTV tour across Central Iowa on our way to the big game. We are in Polk City. It's good to be here. It's chilly. A little bit of a chill in the air.
It's a little crisp.
Yeah,
it's windy.
It's football
windy.
weather.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how quickly football season started and the weather just changed?
Hey, Mother Nature knows.
See that sad side across the street here from the square in Polk City?
Oh,
you see
man.
that? You see that?
Yeah.
That's a former come and go sign.
Yep.
With the oval just empty. It looks like you were in like a dilapidated neighborhood, not the richest city in Iowa.
Yeah.
And somebody just went in there and just pulled all the parts out of there for scrap. No, that's Maverick switching over, taking our logo, the pride of Iowa.
Are we absolutely sure somebody just didn't come and take it so they can put it in their man cave or something?
I think so. I mean, they took all of them, though. Look at them. They're just all stripped out. Yeah, that makes that gas station look rough right now, doesn't it? Looks like a place that's just loaded up with skimmers and stuff. And you go in there, you try to get a tank of gas, and you end up like paying some crown prince in Nigeria.
This is our third RVTV tour stop in Polk City because the first time we were here, like a mini derecho hit live during the 4. I mean, it turned this place upside down.
Was that the last time we were here?
No, it was the first time.
Okay, yeah.
And Ed's telling everybody, get to a safe space, take shelter, don't be like us.
And he's on the stage.
Yeah, he's on stage.
He was like
in the gazebo.
Yeah, he was like a symphony
shelter.
conductor up there. Yeah, just doing
Save yourself.
doing the weather from the giant screen.
So we felt so bad because they had set it up. It looked great, and we said we'll come back. We promise we'll be back. So we did. A couple of years later, we came back and we then did a make good, and then this year we're here in part because there's a game here tonight, Football Friday primetime. The defending state champs from North Polk will host Newton tonight. Top 10 clash on Football Friday primetime. So that's one of the reasons we're here.
Yeah, North Polk, one of those schools that's just gotten progressively better every single year.
Bigger
as
and
this community
better.
just keeps pumping money and new people into the program there. So I'm excited to see that field. It's been a long time.
One might say they're pumping it up.
Yeah.
Pump it up. Pump it up. Andrew Downs producing today. He's here. AD, how are you?
I'm doing good, guys. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
I see you're all over the Iowa State hype video.
Yeah, they're listening to Instant Iowa. I appreciate that.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
it's great.
I'm confident about the game. I don't know if I should be.
Is Def Leppard on behind us?
A version of Def Leppard is on behind us.
Yeah, what is it called? Gut feeling?
Gut feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Gut feeling.
They are sound checking on the stage right now.
Nice.
They are getting it ready. Yeah, AD, what was the most provocative thing you said that's now in the hype video?
Oh, I think that all 60,000 Cyclone fans will leave at halftime.
Jeez. I don't think they will.
No, just half of them.
Clearly you're not going to the game tomorrow.
I am going to the game tomorrow. Yeah, I'm excited. And not only am I going to the game, Andy, Hassel and I are doing Instant Iowa live from Sweet Caroline's in Ames.
Jeez.
So
you two are going to be miserable.
It's either going to be the greatest show I've ever done or the worst show I've ever done. There's no middle ground. It's either going to be me taunting a bar full of Cyclone fans or a bar full of Cyclone fans taunting me.
You're letting your mouth write some checks that your ass may not be able to cash.
Hey,
you're going to, okay.
This is what it is, right? I mean, it's CyHawk week. This is what you do.
Yeah,
if you don't feel good about your team on Friday of CyHawk week, when can you feel good about your team?
I'm all for feeling good. That's some big talk here, and don't think Hassel's going to have your back. He's going to run.
He's not.
Going gets tough. He gets going.
I'm going to be the only Hawkeye fan in that bar.
At Sweet Caroline's.
Yeah.
Where it began.
Yeah, so join us after the game. It'll be fun.
Hassel went full douche. He brought Andrew Downs with him. All right, the game is tomorrow at Jack Trice Stadium, 11 a.m. kick. We learned today that Tyrese Halliburton will be, that's a great choice for the big, what's it called, big kickoff, Fox Noon kickoff
big
show.
Noon, yeah.
Big Noon, although it's not noon when it's on. But Tyrese Halliburton will be on that show, which already Iowa State fans feel more appreciated with that because Game Day kept finding ways to bring Hawkeyes on the show in Ames. Game is tomorrow. Micah Hyde's comments on our show last week, that's getting some play.
I could care less about Iowa State. I think I was scrolling through the TV the other day, and they played their first collegiate game. I think they won. So, obviously they're going to be all psyched up going into the Iowa game and whatnot. But, to me, it's still that little brother, that just annoying little brother that continues to just want to win that game and doesn't really care about the rest of the season. But they are picking it up, so it's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what he's doing. He's having fun.
Yeah. For those of you who thought that they left that behind when they moved out of the state of Iowa, they don't.
No.
Nobody does.
Yeah, the Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for sports and more, including Andy's top personalities. God, I hope I made the cut on this. As top personalities of all time, or in your years here, or
I was, you're not on the list. Just to go ahead and break the let me explain. We were going to go through them together, and I think you would, agree. I made some of these picks, understanding that you would agree with them, and we could kind of talk about them together.
And I don't actually want to be on this.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Andy's top personalities and big city or best cities, favorite cities.
Yeah, favorite cities in Iowa. Mm-hmm.
Call your shot. Call your shots coming up. Oh, also, who's the a-hole? Mm-hmm. Help us decide that. Call your shot and what's bugging you?
Yeah, we got them both.
Got them both. That's good, man. That's on Friday. Extra. We got extra on the show. Guest House Tavern has nightly specials, and that includes the Surf and Turf Friday special. That's today. Now, high or low. What was that? Oh, that's a truck.
That's a dually over there.
You know what that sounds like? Sounds like Sears.
It sounds like diesel.
Yeah. Sounds like David Warrington after he ate that can of beans on the curb. All right. High or low since the last show?
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Yeah, our thanks to Tim Hawkins and company. We have been with all these guys now for a year. We haven't really brought that up yet. We've been doing the Iowa Everywhere thing with the Murph and Andy show for a year.
It feels like 10.
Happy anniversary.
That's wild.
And it's because of people like Tim Hawkins. We didn't know him at all, and he just said he wanted to jump on board with them. We've gotten to know him ever since then, and we're happy to have him along. He's a guy that just gives great advice when it comes to financial stuff, no matter where you are in life. What part of life's journey you are on, he can point you in the right direction so that you're saving for retirement.
I need to talk to him, because if I've learned anything this week, it's that I need to retire sooner. So I need to talk to Tim.
You're almost there. Right. Almost at the end. This is going to be such a fun show. I'm going to go high here. I got a bunch of different stuff. Andrew, why don't you just pop up a picture? I'm just going to talk. Hey, this morning, we have a huge day on Iowa Everywhere today. It started at 9:30 this morning over at Eggs and Jam in West Des Moines, not very far from my house. So I dropped by here. Look at this crowd, Murph, that they had for Chris Hassel is in town.
I'm not surprised.
He and Chris Williams did Two Guys Live over at Eggs and Jam on EP True. And look at that. Overflow seating filled up the entire patio outside. Everybody was just kind of, they started moving tables and chairs out onto the grass.
We've heard about Iowa Everywhere shows and personalities the whole week on all our stops, so I expected a big crowd there, and Hassel is such an interesting personality that it is kind of like going to the zoo. Like you want to see him when he's in a controlled environment, so people are showing up to get a look at the Hassel.
Well, they did feed the animals at the zoo today. Yeah, they brought out. See those? Look at that cup. That's a Bloody Mary, and it had there's like more stuff in it than there was actually. I mean, it
looks like a breakfast.
It was a meal.
There were like skinless brats in the Bloody Mary.
They brought in skinless brat, and of course that led to a bunch of dick jokes by Hassel and stuff. And he just went on and on, and
yeah, it's
started
good.
Talking about placenta pills, and they were like, Chris, everybody's eating. They're eating. Yeah, knock it off. But anyway, it was really, really good. So he and Chris started off this morning, and then we go, and then at around 4 o'clock, Hassel and Scott Docterman are going to be down at Big Grove doing their show on Ingersoll in Des Moines. And then Docterman goes over to Buffalo Wild Wings on Merle Hay with Andrew.
Yeah.
And then they do a show, 6:30?
Yeah, 6:30. Jake Brenn's going to come out and join us, too, so we'll do the Hawks on Tap.
Do we have time to have the game?
Is there a game?
We will spend so much time talking about the game by the time we get there. Of course, we got. Do we have more tomorrow? Yeah, more tomorrow coming up as well after the game, not before the game. But we've got all this ton of stuff. But it was cool to just see everybody out there for that. So we're off to a good start today, Mark.
Boy, that is a lot too. I thought your high was going to be, because I just know how much, like me, you love a train, and we had that train ride in Boone yesterday.
I love a train.
I love a train too, and that I forget until I'm on the train. This almost looks green screened.
Yeah,
it's just the sun was perfect, and that ride across the valley is breathtaking.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's a really cool thing. It's kind of a hidden gem up there. I don't know that a lot of people in Des Moines know about this, but there's Scenic Valley Railroad.
Yeah,
in Boone is kind of cool. It goes like 7-8 miles out and then back, and you could have dinner and then they had just one that's just kind of this was just the sightseeing train. It wasn't the dinner train, but it was fun.
Yeah, one other thing from that. So we set up last night. We were in Boone. And they were so good to us there, and we were editing at a place called Serenity Tea, where they also have a great program there called Tea and Tai Chi, which sounds like
Is that what it was called?
Yeah. So that was fun. But the lady who was there, I mean, in addition to things going on, somebody while we were there during the day, a nice lady just knitted Scott a washcloth.
It was like a lady up front. She was just knitting.
And Penny Joe knitted him a washcloth.
Ripped off a washcloth for Scott.
That's so RVTV. And then the other thing I really appreciated from this, I heard her say to you, I think people thought like I did that you guys just showed up and did some newscasts. I had no idea how much work goes into this, because we were back there with 4 or 5 editing setups, and everybody's running in and out with cameras and stories. And it was so nice of her, but I could hear you having the discussion with her. She was genuinely surprised at the amount of work that went into it, because I do think that not everybody knows that.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard because I mean the crowds are there, and we do all we can to interact with the crowds. But I think the crowd thinks maybe we're going to be out there the whole time. But we have to keep working. We've got all these newscasts we have to produce videos for and do stuff for. So we're kind of back in the workspace a lot in these areas. So each one of these towns that set us up with a place to work, Wi-Fi, and quiet area, thank you from the bottom of our heart. We have that work to do. It's so much easier for us to get it done.
All right, my high is something I saw every year on RVTV. There's something I can't believe happened. So it's going to take a moment to walk you through this, but it's going to be worth it, Andy.
I'm wondering which story you're picking there.
Well, there's a bunch, but here we go. So we get done. It's a late night. Hang on, AD. Don't go there yet, but that's a good tease. That's a good tease.
Oh,
I know
my
you're.
God.
I know you're.
I'm antsy.
I know you want to get it
This
going,
made
and
me
I don't
laugh
blame you.
so hard.
All right.
Oh, God.
Hey, God. So here's the thing, because there's levels to this story. So we get done. It's been a long night. We're ready to eat, and John Sears can get a little hangry at times, and we're looking for a place to eat. The night, really long day, long night. Want to have a beer together and get something to eat. So they tell us. The really nice lady with tourism, her name is Chris Blocker. She says, we mentioned one place we were thinking of going, and she goes, no, don't go there. You guys will probably get beat up. So that's good advice. She said, go over to Toby K's. Is it Toby Keys? She said, no, Toby K's. So we go to Toby K's, and this guy named Bear comes over, and really friendly. Looks like he could kill us with his bare hands, but he comes over, and he says, hey, Fryer's already shut down. We're not serving any more food, but I know you guys have had a long day and you've been busy. So if you want, I could turn it back on. And I'm thinking, do we ask him to turn it back on? Right then, Sears pipes up. That'd be great. We'll take some mozzarella sticks, some onion rings, tater tots, and cheese curds. So
just placed a full order.
Full order. So Bear goes and gets started on that. And then a guy shows up. He's like, man, I've had trouble finding you guys. Just really wanted to meet you and have a beer with you. I've been to 4 places, but I finally found you. So and then we talked to him a few minutes later, and he says, yeah, it's my wife's birthday. You mind we get a photo to send her? We're like, go be with your wife.
She wasn't there.
No.
You're just a guy?
No, instead of being with his wife on his birthday, he's trying to find us. So he's there. So I'm talking to him, and I'm talking to Ed, and now AD, I look over, and Scott is like training a guy for MMA in the bar, and he's wearing UGG slippers. So he's shadow boxing, or I don't know what to. And we also have, so David Warrington gets up and he says, I got to get like a point of view on this. So we also have point of view.
Isn't this Scott's video right here?
Oh, this must be Scott. Yeah,
this
must be Scott.
Yeah.
So Scott's point of view, David's the wide shot.
Is this the guy whose wife's birthday?
No, that's a different
This guy looks too young to be in the bar.
Yeah, and this guy is like an electrician, young electrician. No, he's 22 or 3.
Yeah, he's in. You can see the slippers there. He's in bedroom slippers.
Right. So he's got a good job and a good career ahead of him. And I'm quite sure by the end of the night, Scott has talked him into quitting his job and trying to become an MMA fighter, which sounds like the worst advice I've ever heard.
Scott is the world's only hipster MMA fan. Which is so deceiving. You meet him, you wouldn't think. He really does know MMA. He really UFC. Really knows it well. But you guys sent me that video. It was late at night. I started laughing so hard because it was so RVTV.
So RVTV.
This is like the random run-ins that you have with people along the way. Yeah, listen to
Scott's coaching him.
Oh, yeah. Give me a little low calf kick. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Go for the takedown. Okay.
Keith, what are you doing back there? You're going to get...
I'm just fascinated by it. I can't believe it's going on.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's in UGG slippers.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did it come up? How did you get from, hey, welcome to Boone, to I'm into MMA? And I'm willing to demonstrate.
All I can tell you is Scott was with us. I don't know. I mean,
really
we're
fun.
talking about Serenity Tea, and next thing you know, Scott's calling for like a crotch kick. It's just a really tough pivot, but that's so RVTV. And then we get back to the 607 guest house in Boone. It's a nice place, and we walk in, and young, nice, new WHO sports reporter David Warrington, in all earnestness at the bottom of the stairs as we're going up to go to sleep, he just looks at me and he goes, nothing you said could have possibly prepared me for the full RVTV experience. And then he climbed the stairs and went to bed.
Yeah.
I know you guys have had some fun with him. On Monday in Earlham, you could just see it in his eyes. He was like, the eyes were so wide.
He looked like Bambi.
Yeah, he really did. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a long week, buddy.
He came into this a boy, but he will exit a man, a fully grown man. His life has changed.
We probably damaged him somehow. Later in life that'll come out. That'll need some therapy. But he got a slice of life here.
Hey Sears, I never did get any of those mozzarella sticks. Selfish bastard.
He's ignoring you.
Yeah. All right. Let's get the buzz. Get the buzz.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Logier Heating and Cooling. I could use a space heater right now if you're in the neighborhood. 119 years, Logier Heating and Cooling. CyHawk Rivalry game is Saturday, 11 a.m. Here's a couple of quick facts. It started in 1894. Iowa State, then known as Iowa Teachers College or something, won the first one. Might have even been Ames back then, but 16-8. Iowa State won the first 4, I think, in the series. They were all played in Iowa City. The first game in Ames was in 1905. Iowa leads the all-time series 47-24. So a Hawkeye win would double up the wins on Iowa State. Kirk Ferentz is 14-11. He lost his first
4 games?
Lost his first 4. Yep, he was treating it as any other game at that time. Had to change that strategy. It's not any other game.
He was also restacking his deck, and Dan McCarney had really started hitting his stride. So
but that 2002...
That 0-2 game is probably the worst loss I've ever seen in person.
That's when he changed his strategy, when he had that great team, and they still lost at home to Iowa State.
Won the next year.
Matt Campbell is 2-6 against Iowa. He has not beaten Iowa in Ames. Last time, David Warrington was probably in elementary school. 2011.
2011. I had one kid. She was an infant. She's in high school now.
I just saw her. She's like my height.
I mean, that was a long time. It doesn't seem like a long time ago, but it was.
14 years ago.
I don't think I've heard from Steele Jantz since then.
No.
We sure said his name a lot that day. But
he should be doing like erectile dysfunction ads or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you want to get back to Steele. He was.
That's really good.
He was an amazing flash in the pan in this series.
Yeah.
We've had a few stars kind of appear in this series, but I don't think there's one that was more of a one-hit wonder than Steele Jantz.
Yeah, the two most memorable games, to me at least, not the most memorable, the two most entertaining games were probably both overtime games in Ames. And it depends what side of the rivalry you're on, which one you think was better. The double overtime win by Iowa, also 44-41. That's when Akram Wadley made that incredible play. And then the 44-41 triple overtime game, that was won by Iowa State. That's the Steele Jantz game. That's the Steel. And members, Hassel did some sound-off sketch called Steel Pants.
He was still working here then. Yeah, he was still here. Yep.
Steel Pants.
2011.
It was 20-19 last year. I distinctly remember saying at the half, my gosh, that was so methodical and dominant by Iowa. This is a boring football game. It felt like Iowa was just in complete control. Kirk Ferentz started playing not to lose instead of playing to win and found a way to lose. Here's how it ended.
Snaps good, holds good, kick on the way by Conradi, end over end, and it is good! Kyle Conradi hit a 54-yard field goal, and Iowa State leads it 20-19! Oh, my goodness!
Well, that should be a reminder that you just don't ever know what's going to happen in a rivalry game right there, because I did not see Iowa State coming back to win that. And John Walters on the call, courtesy of Learfield. Great shot of the field goal there by WHO 13. That's probably
I
John
think it was
Sears.
Mark Freund. Yeah, it might have been John Sears.
Freund or Sears, one of them.
And then you remember Caden McNamara had the chance to hit the Hail Mary at the end of the game, and he threw it about 24 yards.
Yeah,
he needed to get
Iowa
about
State
60.
Intercepted it. Yeah,
he needed to get about 60, threw it about 24.
Well, the ball kind of went up and then like that.
That was the end of the Cade McNamara era. It was like, oof.
Well, it looked like I threw it.
Could have kicked the field goal and had a better opportunity.
We remember the field goal. We remember Iowa's first half. What stands out as truly amazing about that game was Iowa State got the ball back down to with 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
In their own zone. I mean, they didn't have good field position. And Rocco Becht,
who makes big plays,
hit Jalen Knoll twice with 2 excellent passes, which, Jalen Knoll was that kind of threat for Iowa State. They're going to miss him. 2 big, ballsy play calls that Iowa State converted, and Iowa State teams of the past, I think we would guess that they wouldn't have made those plays.
Right.
They absolutely did, though. Got themselves close to field goal range. But, I mean, I think everybody that was watching was saying, oh, God, they got to be closer than this. That's 55 yards. This is an Iowa State kicker. That's not going to work out. He hit that kick, and I think everybody got up out of their seats and then just kind of watched it just stay right on track. Is it long enough? And then right through the uprights, and it was shocking. The crowd,
it was.
The Hawkeye side went silent.
I was positioned down with the CyHawk trophy, and Hawkeye Elvis was right above it. And, we know him well. So I said, hey, as soon as the game ends, I'm going to go from the players grabbing the trophy and then up to you, and you hit me with the, And he's like, I got you, buddy. So I'm ready to do that. Next thing you know, it all turns, and none of that takes place. It's Iowa State, coming to get that. And that's one of those outcomes where 2 things had to happen. Iowa had to blow some opportunities, and then Iowa State had to take full advantage with clutch plays, and both of those things happened because Cade McNamara threw one of the ugliest interceptions I've ever seen. Right. It used to be one of the worst passes I've ever seen, and then Gronkowski exceeded that last week by underthrowing a receiver 20 yards away by 10 yards, and then overthrowing a receiver 8 yards away by 8 yards. And maybe he'll settle down, but that is the main plot point going into this year's game. Is Gronkowski going to be way better than last week?
There's only 1K.
Gronowski, sorry. It's the Gronk. Yeah, the Gronowski. Right. Is Gronowski going to be way better than last week? If he is, Iowa can win the game. If he's not, Iowa's going to lose, and probably by double digits. And then from Iowa State's point of view, can they stop Iowa's running game?
Yeah.
Because Iowa has a good offensive line, and Iowa State usually runs that 3-man front. Now, the Hawkeyes don't have Kamari Moulton, and that might be not getting enough attention because Xavier Williams looks so good. But against Albany, behind that offensive line, John Sears could have run for 70 yards.
Yeah, I don't know that it matters too much who's carrying the ball for Iowa. We talked to so many fans all week long, but you can kind of tell the people that really watch closely. You can tell the smart fans. The smart Cyclone fans I feel like I talked to this week are all concerned about Iowa's running game. And they're concerned about Iowa State's run defense, more specifically. If their run defense isn't up to containing the Hawkeye running attack, then I don't know that it matters all that much what Mark Gronowski can and can't do. I mean, if he can just dink and dunk a little bit to stretch it out a little bit, I mean, I think that could potentially be enough.
But the question is, can he even dink and dunk? Did you see that screen pass that he airmailed?
I think he could improve.
I think the concern is that he might not be over the injury.
Considerably. Yeah, I mean, he needs a considerable improvement from last week. But he doesn't need to go out and sling the ball and really throw
I heard
downfield.
He said he's slinging it. He's going to sling it all over.
I think he's
said.
Talking about like his mental approach to the thing where he's just not going to overthink it. But I would, there isn't anybody in this game that doesn't treat this like a different game anymore. There is. Yep. These guys all go in there. They hit different gears. You see different guys step up. and you may not see it again for the rest of the season, but it's such a different atmosphere from the very beginning that I think if you're a player who wants to completely put last week behind you, this is the game to do it, because nothing else about this week is going to feel like last week.
I hope he plays better, because he has impressed me as an accountable, nice young man. He had runaway success at South Dakota State. He was, National Player of the Year, 2-time national champion. I think he'll settle down. His nerves will be settled down. Just those throws were really, really bad. But let's get a quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas in Ames and Urbandale.
Who is under more pressure to win tomorrow? Is it the Cyclones or the Hawkeyes?
I think it's easily the Cyclones. The pressure is on the Cyclones. They're at home. They've lost 6 straight in Ames. They're ranked number 16. They're favored. Matt Campbell's never beaten Iowa in Ames. I don't even know. I'd like to hear how the Hawkeyes are under more pressure.
They're not. I mean, the answer here is the Cyclones. I mean, this is, in my opinion, I understand that there's stuff like national championships, conference championships, college football playoff still out there for Matt Campbell, but this is the final step that he's still got to take, right? I mean, he's got to win this game at Jack Trice Stadium, and his fans want this.
They want it badly.
They expect this, and you should be able to get this. This is at home. You beat them on the road last year. Your quarterback is another year better. You should be able to win this game.
They've won 4 times in Iowa City since they last won in Ames.
And I'm not. That's throwing no shade at Iowa, and I know. I mean, that's a really amazing thing that they did last year, but you have to be able to win this game at home. And this is a season where, since the very beginning, and that win in Ireland over a ranked K-State team has set the Cyclones up for a potentially program-defining season. Is that too strong? I don't think so. I mean,
they're coming off an 11-win season where they played for the Big 12 championship and a spot in the college football playoff.
It's hard to imagine having that season and losing tomorrow. I mean, I understand that's not a conference game that'll really bring the hackles up of some Cyclone players, but that's still. I mean, you need that. You want to have the amazing season that you think is possible. You got to win this game.
A loss brings everything down to earth, back to earth for the Cyclones. I think they're flying really high right now, and rightfully so. Yep. I agree. More pressure is on Iowa State. I do think there's more to lose for Iowa, if that makes sense. It's certainly within like the fan base and the perception of the season. If Iowa loses tomorrow, and especially if Gronowski doesn't look good, you start to look at the schedule that's ahead of them and the rest of the year, and it gets real dark really quickly.
You start to worry about 6 and 6.
You start to really worry about that, and there's nothing in front of you for the next couple of weeks that's going to make you feel any better. You go blow out UMass, even if you go on the road and beat Rutgers, you're not going to feel good until you see a good team play Indiana in like a month from now. And so as a Hawkeye fan, I'm anxious about the reaction to a loss tomorrow. I agree there's more pressure on Iowa State. I do think Iowa has more to lose.
All right, is Van Woke still here? Did he have to leave?
Van Winkle said he'd be here for an hour.
I think there was a protest a couple of blocks away. He's over there.
Matt, if you can hear me, or anyone, can someone check with Iowa State to see if the game is officially sold out yet?
Because there were tickets remaining.
100 tickets left or
something. I'm
something.
stunned that the game isn't sold out yet. So I'd like to know if it's. I know there was a few dozen left. Is it sold out yet? And if it's not, and somebody wants to still get a ticket, I guess you should know that too. So we'll find that out. But right now, it is time for Call Your Shot. We asked you to go to speakpipe.com.
Yeah.
Underscore backslash front slash something
/ Murph _ Andy.
There you go.
Just
Murph
find it on our
Andy.
social media.
All right, you can find it easily.
We got some people to call their shot.
It's brought to you by Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Cyclone Donnie from the center of Grundy County, and I'm calling my shot. Cyclones 24, Hawkeyes 21, but the game is never in doubt. I'm out.
This is Travis from Sac City. Gronkowski purposely did not want to put anything on tape last week. He comes out balling on Saturday. Hawks 42, Cyclones 24.
Hi, this is Cher Brown from Des Moines, Iowa. I predict the Cyclones win 28-10.
Hey y'all, it's Jackson calling. I'm here to call my shot for the CyHawk battle, and they're in Ames, Iowa. Here's what I think's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be the Iowa Hawkeyes 6, the Iowa State Cyclones 9. After the game, myself, Jenny, and Keith Murphy are going to be celebrating at the old 69 Lounge there in Urbandale. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend.
That's it.
Jackson calling a
shot. Give him a job. There was a serious call and there, a couple serious calls.
I was the only Iowa Everywhere person on Randy Peterson's column this week to pick Iowa to get the win.
You're the only one.
I picked 31-28 Hawkeyes. Everybody had it close. It's all within,
And you believe that, or
do you
that's
think
a fan
that, or are you
thing?
just rooting for your team?
Is there a difference?
Well, you can't.
Not all the time.
Here's the thing. If I'm looking at the game rationally, certainly Iowa State should be favored, is favored. I understand why most people think Iowa State's going to win. They've looked better. But I absolutely think Iowa can go in there and get another win. I've seen far worse Iowa teams beat better Iowa State teams in Ames.
Absolutely.
I do think it's going to be a close game. The thing that worries me most is Rocco Becht in a close game.
He's so good, yeah.
I absolutely think Iowa can go in and win, and I'm not going to pick against my team.
If Rocco Becht leads Iowa State to a win at home, especially if it's a decisive win, that's like one more. Yeah. That's like one more notch. And then I think the Purdy versus Beck talk really starts to escalate, because the one thing Rocco Becht has been better than Brock Purdy at is big plays and big moments.
Yeah, and we've seen him. I mean, did it last year at Iowa. We've just seen him execute drives, make really big throws, make big runs, do things with his legs, get himself in position, and really just kind of seems like he kind of kept the offense from, forcing some crazy mistake, which we've seen Cyclone teams of the past.
That's the thing. I think the Cyclones make the big mistake in this game more often than not. I don't expect Rocco Becht to make that mistake, and that's what worries me most as a Hawkeye fan.
Andy, you rethinking the shorts at this point? Because it's a little chilly out here.
I'm a little chilly.
Yeah. You're coming out here to the RVTV live, but might bring a coat, maybe a parka.
The problem is the sun comes back out and the wind dies down, and then I'm hot.
Interact on YouTube, on X. It's Murph_Andy. Email is Murph_Andy at IowaEverywhere.com. All powered by the Cellular Advantage. And again, want to thank Doug Eklund for giving us, I don't even understand the technology, but like a cell pack that's helping us with our coverage all over. And he and Scott Edwards with Plaza RV, they work together on keeping us on air and keeping us on the move, and we appreciate it.
That's something that's something that's changed drastically in RVTV from the past, is that we don't ever have cell problems anymore. We have none. Whether we've got Wi-Fi and cell the whole way, at least with our personal phones.
All right, let's get some other hot topics. Caitlyn Clark shuts it down for the season. Not surprised.
No.
This has increasingly looked like it was going to happen. And she tried to come back twice from injuries, different injuries, but each time she got hurt again. So she got hurt 3 times. It became where they wanted to make sure she was 100% before returning. And I feel like on some level there's also being a point here made about, like, how much you missed her when she wasn't there. You know how the ratings and attendance all suffered because you didn't have her playing. Let's improve the officiating and stop having her getting her ass knocked all over the court each week, because the amount of flagrant fouls on Caitlyn Clark in her first year and a month far exceed the percentage of any other player in the league. There's absolutely no question that she's being roughed up and targeted more by other players and teams.
Do you think that's why she's got this groin injury?
I don't know. I don't know, but she had 3 injuries to start the season. She also put on a bunch of muscle. Sometimes the chain of athleticism, you have to adjust to having a different body type. She did put on like 10 pounds of muscle. I don't know if that was a factor. Who knows? Could all just be random. But she didn't miss a game for 7 seasons and then had 3 different injuries.
Yeah, and, really just brought the interest in this season to – I mean, maybe it's hard to measure here because it's in Iowa. In Iowa, it brought it to an absolute grinding halt. I haven't heard anybody talking about WNBA. I'm not interested in watching it if she's not there.
There has still been some growth above where it was before she came into the league. There's still higher ratings, still higher attendance. The Valkyries still sell out their arena, whether the Fever are there or not. But generally,
outside the state,
it's cratered.
Yeah, it has. I think that this is the smart move.
They don't look like a potential champion with all the injuries.
They got a lot of injuries. It looks to me like this. She's so far behind at this point that as kind of time went on, it just seemed like, you know what, guys. I know you don't want to tell anybody this, but I think you just have to just shut it down and say, okay, let's get completely healthy. I mean, last year she played an entire year without stopping, like a calendar year. She just got worn out. I mean, my God. And then training really hard in the off season and starting a new season. I mean, it really. I know she did get roughed up, but even if she hadn't, I'm not surprised that something kind of gave out. This point.
There is one positive, big positive. There's maybe more than one, but like Fox doing this game and Fox having the big noon kickoff. That's probably
back to football now.
Yeah, we're back. Okay. Well, no, we're still with Caitlyn Clark.
Oh, all right.
I'm doing it was segue.
Got it. All right.
Kind of a transition.
I'm going to follow you.
Yeah. So it's big noon kickoff, not college game day, and I think that's good for Iowa State because if it were college game day, everybody at ESPN would be moving heaven and earth to get Caitlyn Clark to Jack Trice Stadium to be the guest picker.
Oh, yeah.
They do whatever they possibly could to get her there to be the guest picker now that she's done for the season. But look at what college game day did the last 2 times. I mean, this is insulting to Iowa State.
This is in Ames.
All right, so Ashton Kutcher, who's big Hawkeye fan. Not only is he the guest picker, but he rides in on a black Hawkeye combine to pick the Hawkeyes. If you're Iowa State and you've rolled out the red carpet for ESPN and College Game Day, this is a big middle finger. It's a combine with a moving middle finger.
It was a Stanford band moment.
Yeah, it's just big middle finger. Yeah. All right, 2 years later, let's bring in longtime Iowa State fan Eric Church. Not an Iowa State fan.
No connection to Iowa.
No connection. I was a North Carolina
didn't make
fan.
Any sense at all.
And he picks the Hawkeyes.
Now, to be fair, they were both right.
Yeah, they're both right.
They're both right.
They're both right. Yep. So they would be trying to get Caitlyn Clark in here. You don't have to worry about that. How about that segue?
You knew that she would pick the Hawkeyes, too.
Well, her brother played quarterback at Iowa State.
Yeah.
She would pick the Hawkeyes.
Come on.
Do you think Connor would come?
Connor McCaffrey,
He'd pick the Cyclones.
He might.
He might.
Jeez.
Football Friday primetime is tonight. Newton, North Polk. The Comets beat Pella 24-14 for their first state championship last year. So Tim Tabrink is the coach. You covered him, right?
Sure. Yeah. I did. Yeah. I'm looking forward to see. I know they've done some work over at that field over there. I'm excited to see it. I know this is the wealthiest city in Iowa. That is.
How do you
Polk City?
Really?
Per capita.
Just dripping money here? Yeah, everybody I see looks rich.
A lot of development. A lot of it's an area where there is a lot of green space with the Army Corps of Engineers ground and the parks and stuff around. So it's kind of desirable. It looks nice. There's some nice rolling hills, and so they've had some high money development here, kind of one on top of the other, and it's not a big town either, so that's a big part of it. But yeah, we're with the upper crust right now.
So Andy knows all this because you've been at WHO 13 for 25 years in news and sports, and we've had some of Andy's 5 list this week, kind of a who's in your 5 type thing. And Andy, today you have your favorite cities and your favorite personalities. These could probably change from day to day or when we ask you, but let's
I
do
put
the
some thought
cities.
into this. Yeah, my favorite cities in Iowa.
All right.
After a quarter of a century here.
Polk City, number 1.
Nope, not on the
Okay.
list.
All right.
Sorry, Polk City. Number 5, West Des Moines. They call it the best Des Moines.
No one calls it best Des Moines.
Well, they do in West Des Moines. Yeah, Valley. You got Valley Junction. I think the city government works well there. I think it's constantly improving on stuff. You got all kinds of stuff, and you got hot women.
Jeez, man. So your wife is listening.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Number 4. This is a tie. I'm not trying to be politically correct here, but honestly, I love college towns. College towns are great. I mean, we have 2 great college towns here: Ames and Iowa City, in a tie for number 4.
Come on.
In a tie?
Come on.
Yeah, I have to give Iowa City the edge on college towns.
Ames is a cute little town with a nice campus. Iowa City is one of the best college towns in the country.
I'm not there nearly as much. I think it's generous for me to allow Iowa City on the list. I'm hardly ever there. It's nice.
Did you forget how edgy AD gets the day before the game? Come on, baby. This guy's going to be at Sweet Caroline's talking about a loss tomorrow.
He's on a burner. Okay, moving on here. Number 3, Oskaloosa. I've always loved Oskaloosa since I used to drive through there on the way back and forth from St. Louis was when I was a Drake student, and I love the old town square there. It's got Musco lighting, some good business there. It's got some good restaurants, and look at it's all decked out for Christmas here.
It looks good.
That. I love the way they decorate.
That's a good
Nobody
choice.
decorates for Christmas like Oski. Number 2, have you been to Decorah? The Decorah
Long time ago.
I think it's the prettiest city in Iowa. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
They got Toppling Goliath there, another brewery up there too. Really good beer, good pizza, good food, beautiful waterfalls, good fishing. You could float down a clean river. It's beautiful. But number 1, the best thing about Iowa is Des Moines. That's the best part about Iowa. Des Moines is a great city.
It is a great city. It's so drastically improved in your time here,
It gets better every single year.
Yeah.
It's got everything you want and none of the things you don't want. The traffic, the parking headaches, the crime, the high prices. I mean, it's a great city.
25 years ago, we had Omaha envy.
I never had Omaha envy. That's not true.
But they had like a cool downtown.
Yeah, for sure.
All that. We didn't have that stuff.
Omaha's nice. It is. But Des Moines is a little smaller than Omaha. It keeps getting better every year. But it's been well planned out. I think the city government in Des Moines have covered it for years. I think it works effectively. It's always making the city better. So
and I am so proud of you when you said West Des Moines and Des Moines. Both times you remembered, it's rare for you that the S is silent. Because you usually go Charles Barkley on those.
Yeah. Well, I've had enough coffee today.
Des Moines.
So yeah. All right. You want another list?
I do. I want to know the favorite personalities.
All right. My favorite personalities, 25 years. Over the last 25 years, the people that they come walking in the room, and I'm like, oh, man. It makes you're just in a little better mood because this person is around. Oh yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see where Fran McCaffrey is on this list.
He did not make the list.
It's a different list.
I had a different list for him, but yeah,
He's the only one on it.
This is family programming. All right. So occasionally it's family programming.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it family programming.
Most of the time, it is not family programming.
Have either of you cursed yet?
No, I need to.
Well, Jenny did in Boone last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks, Jenny.
Jeez. All right. Okay. Favorite person, number 5, T.J. Alzelberger.
Great guy.
He is the same guy that he was when he was like a lowly assistant. He was like a low-level assistant when he first started. He's the same guy. Returns your text messages. We try not to bug him very much, but he's exactly the same.
Oh yeah, high energy.
Great guy, just a quality. Every time we see him or around him, it's like he's not the head coach. He's just a regular dude.
His head has not gotten bigger.
No,
but his shirts have gotten smaller.
Okay, number 4, another tie. Okay. John Walters and Gary Dolphin. We know these guys personally. I understand that they're the voices of our big respective teams, so they kind of, it seems like they're not real people. It's just they're like a voice. We know them as regular people, though, and when I see J-Dub, we see Dolph, hey, what's up? It just makes you feel better when you see these guys, hang out with them. They're real guys.
They're fun. They're positive, and I love that they can both laugh at themselves.
They do truly care about the schools that they work for, but they're just good dudes.
And they can let's look at how they can laugh at themselves, or let's reflect on Hassel when he was on Sound Off. Iowa State won a big football game on one of Hassel's sketches, and Walters went screaming up and down the hallways. Hassel is Walters, plugging himself into outlets just so he could feel the jolt of energy and excitement.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, so he did that. And Dolphin at one point, wearing one of his crazy sweaters and the thing that looked like just a pelt on his head.
Yeah, the wig.
Climbed up a tree.
Yeah. Oh, and both of those guys just ate it up.
They loved it.
Never got insulted.
Both those guys going to be making an appearance later in the show.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be here in Polk City?
As voices. Okay.
Yes,
all right. Just as voices.
Body voices.
All right. Number 3. Now, this guy out of the state now.
West Virginia's head coach.
Yeah, Indiana now. Darren DeVries. Darren, he left Drake, left my school, but he was there stayed longer than he needed to. He got other job offers before this. He stayed. He is a quality, they cut out of the same cloth as TJ. Just a regular guy who never forgot where he came from, was always an Iowan. Was in Nebraska for a long time, still has, he loves that area too. But Darren DeVries is just a quality guy that, treated you like a regular person. He never seemed any different when he became a big-time head coach, and he is a big-time head coach now.
Yeah.
Number 2, we'll have to explain this one just a little bit, but our friends Rod Bodholt and Jeff Grummer, for my entire time here, every time I've seen these, I walk into the press box. This is one of the things I'm looking forward to tomorrow, about going to the press box at Jack Trice for the game. I will see Rod Bodholt and Jeff Grummer, who they used to work with you at Channel 5 way back in the
early 90s. And just for a little background on the kind of guys these two are, I didn't know it, unbeknownst to me, when I got hired over the phone. First of all, I thought I was moving to Des Moines. I didn't realize Ames wasn't like a suburb. But I moved up here, and both of these guys who were married with small children had been passed over for the promotions they desperately wanted, and I was hired, and they could have resented me for that, and instead they could not have been more helpful. At every turn, they bent over backwards to be good to me, the guy they didn't know that moved here and kept them from getting promotions.
Yeah, has that put a strain on your relationship? I mean, because of you, really, their children had to go on eating the really cheap macaroni and cheese.
Yes, it did strain the relationship for a while.
Worked with you at Channel 5, then went off on their own with their own video production company. They work in association with Iowa State. They
just
go on the road.
Guys.
Great guy, and just funny, really funny guys. And everybody who knows them is nodding their head right now. They're agreeing with us. I mean, these guys, you're around these guys, your day is better.
Yeah, the big thing, though, every time you see him, Grummer, the shorter guy who kind of looks like Barney Rubble. So he tells stories like Casey Kasem, even kind of sounds like him. So anyway, I said to him, and Rod just laughs.
Yeah.
Rod is Ed McMahon, for those who remember Ed McMahon.
He's Ed McMahon.
He's just like... So the two of them together are like a laugh track.
Well, then you sidle up, too, and it's just you and Jeff taking turns trying to make Rod laugh.
Yep.
Yeah, or keep him laughing.
And by the way, when I was just as a note here, when they promoted me at 5 to sports director, I had written in my contract that they both had to be promoted for me to do that, and they did that. They wrote that in, but that was like a small way of saying thank you for that kind of loyalty and just kindness. That was Iowa nice right there. Those guys were great to me. Jeff did tell me Pella was the Pelicans in my first month on the job, but he thought I knew that he was joking.
Love those guys. Can't wait to see them tomorrow. Number 1 favorite personality is Johnny Orr. I didn't know him nearly as well as you did. He is. We should have had him frozen cryogenically, just in the small case that someday they could bring him back to life, because he was so fun, right? I mean, but Johnny Orr walked into a room.
You got AD going.
The entire room was like, Johnny. I mean,
Hey, coach.
You knew him on a first name basis. He called you coach. He's the coach. He called you coach.
He did that so he didn't have to remember names.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
But it was this flattering, just kind of Johnny term. And you may not have known him very well. I didn't cover him when he was actually working ever, but he was always around, and I interviewed him a number of times at length. He would come in and sit down with us on the radio show and just start telling stories, and then 2 hours was gone. And he felt like he didn't have enough time with Johnny. I don't think anybody ever felt like they got enough of Johnny Orr.
I know. And I don't know that he could work in the social media era where everybody's got a camera. Like some of the golf events.
Don't you think everybody would just
luncheons.
like have his back though, where they would just like kind of take care? Because nobody had it out for Johnny Orr, did they?
No, I wouldn't think so. No, and I mean he would just randomly say stuff. He'd be like, "Hey, coach, you like that mellow yellow?" I say, "No, I really don't." Me either. Makes your pee-pee stink.
Yeah,
just weird things like that. He had some bizarre things.
And then he would like. And then when you would see him like around like Bob Knight or something.
Oh gosh, Bob Knight loved Johnny Orr.
All of a sudden it was like Bob Knight wasn't Bob Knight anymore. He wasn't the big gruff, boss in the room. He was like subservient to Johnny Orr.
And they coached against each other in a national championship
Johnny
game.
Orr was like his boy. I mean, he just loved him. Dick Vitale, same way.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned Johnny Orr. Dick Vitale, you could call him and just about any time and say, "Can you join us?" And he'd be, "Oh, yeah, I don't have time. I can do this. But no, I want you to talk about Johnny Orr." "I can do it right now." He loved Johnny Orr. He would just talk on and on, stories, just glowing praise for what he did.
Oh, my gosh, and that's after Dick Vitale was on kind of the negative side of one of the first viral moments because Iowa State had gone 5-9 in the conference and still made the NCAA tournament, and probably shouldn't if you're 5-9 in the conference. That's a losing record. But Johnny's on satellite, so he's in Ames, and Dick Vitale's on that show, and he's like, "Hey, Johnny, just to remind you, we played you back in 1983." And Johnny's like, "Hey, we kicked your ass."
Was he coaching Fordham or something in the tournaments? "We kicked your ass, too." Yeah, it was great. And
we kicked your ass.
Just so great that he's got the statue there in Hilton Coliseum, and that's wonderful. So that's a good list. It could have gone on and on, but
it's a fun list.
Yeah, a lot of Cyclones on that list there, Andy.
Yeah, and AD's on edge.
I mean, we have our Hawkeye favorites too. But yeah, we've had more time with
one university
with
is an hour closer. It does matter sometimes.
It matters. Kirk
Ferentz.
I have never had a bad run-in with Kirk Ferentz. I've always liked him. Always thought he was a gentleman. Really, truly respect him and like him a lot.
He just never talks about like mellow yellow making your pee-pee stink.
Yeah, we don't see. Tom Brands is great. I love hanging out with Tom Brands. He's so funny and unpredictable. He's kind of a good crazy. We were doing the good crazies and bad crazies list, but
Andy, your mom just said, "I'm enjoying this session."
Oh boy,
who calls this a session? I'll tell you who does. Mama Fails. Welcome, Mama Fails.
It sounds like she thinks it's some kind of therapy. Yeah, that's how she looks at things. Yeah, it looks like you really shared a lot of your feelings today.
I've seen some things this week. I could use some therapy. Grimaldi's fan photo winner of the $50 gift card to Grimaldi's goes to AD.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw this earlier today too.
I don't know.
Terry Freeman.
Yeah, Terry Freeman of West Des Moines.
Here's Terry Freeman. He says, "Screw the Hawks and Clones. We were the real winners, getting to meet the star of Happy Hour, Jenny Murphy." And I have a feeling you've gotten a lot of that this week, Murph. Your wife is an absolute star on Iowa Everywhere.
This is the first time I've ever been kind of tired of her. I'm worn out from this week. She replaced Where's Ed on the questions for me.
She wasn't around all that much this week either, and you still got tired of her?
Yeah, you bring in Jenny? Is Jenny coming? Is Jenny going to run? Jenny's fun. Jenny's a party. You know Jenny's the real star of that show, don't you? You know it should be Jenny and Keith, not Keith and Jenny. I'm tired of it. Enough. I get it.
Well, the Freemans are headed to the West Des Moines Grimaldi's. With Jenny, and not Murph, courtesy of Murph and Andy, Iowa Everywhere, and Grimaldi's.
Yeah, thank you, Grimaldi's in West Des Moines, and the district at Prairie Trail in Ankeny. And now here's welcome to Wrexham turf owner Wayne Jones with a message for soon-to-be visiting Wrexham Mark Freund.
Yeah, just we'll have a few beers, we'll have a great time, but I just need to check if you're anything like Keith. I mean, don't fucking bother coming. I mean, Jenny was absolutely lovely, but Keith, that guy, man.
Jeez,
who is that guy?
It's the kind of the star of Welcome to Wrexham, the Ryan Reynolds show.
Oh, okay.
I guess you're not a
Scotland or something. No, I've never. Heard
that's Wales.
Wales, a Welsh accent.
Yeah, time for Throwdown.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns, backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Heartland Tire and Auto brings us Throwdowns each and every day. We appreciate them keeping us on the road in Ankeny, Waukee, Knoxville, Boone, and Crescent, an authorized dealer of both Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Andy, the NFL started last night with the Eagles beating the Cowboys. Okay, between Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and 2 time slots on Sunday afternoon, what's your favorite time to watch an NFL game?
Favorite time to watch an NFL game is on a normal Sunday is the first round of games, the early games on Sunday. It doesn't usually work that way for me anymore because I work Sundays, but it's in my blood. That's still where I'm most up for it. Just basically any time on Sunday, but by Sunday evening, I have come to hate the Sunday night game because it makes us so late. That night we can't start the newscast or sound off until it's over, and they just keep getting longer. So yeah, give me a day game on a Sunday.
Do you know it feels like 52 right now?
There's some serious wind right now.
The wind's coming in. For me, if I'm not working, it's that 3:20 game. It just feels that on Sunday.
Yeah.
That swing into the evening, but it ends soon enough where. You know, you have some night ahead of you. That's my favorite spot if I'm not working, but I'm usually in the middle of work at that time.
A little worried about this tent right now.
Oh yeah, gosh, I'm having a flashback to when we were here the first time.
Yeah, you can really hear it on a microphone.
Murph, the big dumper Cal Raleigh has 51 home runs as of right now. The Mariners have 22 games left. Will he get to 60?
I don't think so, but I didn't know if he would get to 50 because catchers, there's so much wear and tear on catchers, and we've never seen the big dumper come close to something like this. I'm going to go with no. He's not going to get to 60, but I think it's fun that we're even having the conversation.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm going to say 56 though, which is still that would be a record for a catcher, I think, right?
I think we're already to the record there.
Yeah. Johnny Bench ever hit 50?
No, he had like 49, I think, and then
he never hit 50.
From the Royals had 50. So now the dumper is the new record holder. All right, Andy, how long is an article of clothing new?
Ooh,
you bought something at the store today. For how long is it new?
Only through your first wear, and then it's not new anymore. I don't want articles of clothing to be brand new. I want to be able to say, I get that from my dad. My dad used to do that. He would
get defensive about a new. Are those new shoes? No, you aren't new.
No. He would get a new pair of shoes. He would put them in the closet, leave them there for a few months, and then he would pull them out, and somebody would be like, "Hey, Dennis, new shoes." He'd be like, "No, I've had those for months." Yeah, no, I do that. I think one wear, and it's your new shirt, and then after that, it's just a regular shirt.
I agree. So I'm not going to be the contrarian for the sake of it. I think of it as the first wear.
Yeah, that question kind of sucked. All right, thanks, guys. That's Throwdowns.
Again, that's Edgy AD on the Friday before the game because he has to do an instant Iowa tomorrow from Sweet Carolina.
I'm excited about that. That's the part I'm excited about.
If Iowa wins, that's going to be like playing Go Cubs Go in St. Louis. I mean, it's just full. You guys are going to be just on full douche.
It's going to be awesome.
Is there going to be anybody there? Hawkeye fans
Hawkeye fans, come out to Sweet Carolines and Ames tomorrow after you exit Jack Trice Stadium. After you exited mostly empty Jack Trice Stadium at the end of the game, join us.
Go to Sweet Carolines. It'll be the only time you're ever in that bar or allowed to go in that bar, probably.
Confluence is the official beer of Murph and Andy. Confluence, we're under the Confluence tent for Old Tavern.
We have had, I feel like I've drank the Confluence Spectrum this week. We've had like one of everything. They set us up with plenty for the week, and we've shared it with friends on the road.
Yeah, they're very nice to us. Left us a lot of Old Tavern and Des Moines IPA.
A lot of good feedback.
And it's made us popular when somebody stops by and we're working. If it's a time we can't have a beer, just like, hey, help yourself to a beer.
Juicy Wiggle, that's all gone. We had the Oktoberfest. I think that's all gone. We've had a good run through the Confluence.
Yeah, I remember thinking at the beginning of the week, there's no way we'll go through all that. But
I think it's gone.
We've had a lot of visitors. All right, ready or not, here in Polk City, getting ready for RVTV. It's time for Scott School.
Scott School, Scott School, Scott School is cool.
Yeah, you look like you're sitting at the kids' table.
What the hell is this chair?
That's the one Keith had won.
Yeah,
I saved it for you.
If you're inside there,
do you see your posture?
That's
why.
Please bring me a regular chair.
Do not bring him a chair. This is funny. This is a good bit, Scott. You look like you're about 5'3". All right, you look fun size.
Scott School, everybody.
All right, Scott School. What do we got?
Getting off scot-free. You've heard it.
Yep.
You know it. You love it. Turns out it's a short version of Scottage. Not Scottish, but Scottage, which was a tax that peasants had to pay a feudal lord. But if you were really poor, they allowed you not to pay that tax. And so it was said that you got off scot-free. And that's Scott School!
Scott School, Scott School is cool.
Hang on.
Scott-free.
Yeah, I get that, but
put it all together.
We went to Earlham. He did a history of Earlham. It was very good. Then we went to Coon Rapids, Lauraville,
Boone.
Now we're in Polk City.
That's right.
With the CyHawk series starts tomorrow. Started in 1894.
Yeah.
And with all of that, all the time you've had, you thought, you know what? Friday I'll do a Scott School and I'm getting off scot-free.
I think it's memorable.
You've worked hard this week.
You do great RVTV stuff. I really enjoy those.
You
stories.
worked on that train video. You really put in a lot of work on that thing, man. You were just micromanaging that thing.
Well, it was one of those things like you could make it 90% the way there in an hour, but to get that final 1% at a time, it's tedious work. But thankfully, I just tell the robot to do it, and I just take all the credit.
Yeah, let me brag on, because I so rarely do. Scott has been a really hard worker this week. I don't mean just the stories he's aired, the history pieces.
Works hard
those
on
have been good, and helping with the videos. But he's the guy that's like grabbing equipment, cleaning up, picking up after us. Just doing anything and everything. So thank you for all that.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to be on what is truly an incredible thing. RVTV, going to small towns. I am small town guy through and through. Every year I go on RVTV, it just reminds me of who I am. And I freaking love it. So thanks for including me.
Well, you've been it's been good. This is the end of the nice stuff, but you're really nice.
I know, but and that whole thing, look at me. Like nobody, it looks like I'm on my knees right now. Someone in the RV, please bring me a chair with posture.
Do not do it.
Slants down there. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the stupid quickie poll, and then we got to come back to you and Art. What do we have here, AD?
Of these choices, which was the most overblown CyHawk story? Was it Bandgate, the Pewter family trophy, Carson King's teenage tweet, or the Iowa locker room theft at Jack Trice Stadium?
I forgot about that.
Does anybody need to be reminded of what happened with any of these?
Well, two of these were the same year, right? Bandgate and Carson King.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the thing that ended Bandgate was the Carson King thing.
Yeah, Carson King, what happened with him and the wonderful thing he ended up doing, donating $3 million to the Children's Hospital, which, by the way, was in his, what do you call it, his Venmo.
Venmo, yeah.
Yeah, right.
In his Venmo, and he had the legal rights to that, and he turned it all over. He could not be more sincere. Mm-hmm. We've come to know him as just a wonderful guy. That was certainly, I mean, the backlash, it ended up helping raise like $1.5 million more dollars, because everybody was so pissed off that there was this reporting being done on something that had absolutely nothing to do with what his gesture was. There was no need for it.
Crazy moment in our culture where cancel culture was like out of control.
Yeah, it was 8 years ago. He had retweeted a Tosh .0 tweet or something when he was a teenager. So that's the history on that. Iowa locker room theft gets forgotten. Jack Trice Stadium, I think it was 9 players and coaches had some money and jewelry stolen from the locker room. Now, it ended up being a University of Iowa graduate who was charged with it. So that there's not really shade on that story. I don't think that got real.
But everybody jumped to their CyHawk positions.
Oh, yeah, right away.
Fighting. Well, that's typical,
Typical Ames.
Iowa State. Yeah, they're just so envious. They got to steal it.
Yeah.
Wasn't Bandgate, though, like, whatever
We're going to get to
happened-
Bandgate in a
sorry,
second.
sorry.
We're building up to that because I know Andy's ready for Bandgate. Pewter Family Trophy, I don't think is overblown because, yes, it's just a trophy, but just the fact that somebody thought this is what the players are going to want to hold up for a new trophy is this farming family and there are 2 people
That's
on their
what it
knees.
looks like. I should have an ear of corn right now and handing it to you. That's how short I am.
I've had several people on the RVTV route just ask me, where is the pewter trophy?
Yeah, because you guys have the other one.
Yeah.
You got the old CyHawk trophy.
We got the real CyHawk trophy.
You guys should have the pewter trophy.
That one's at the Iowa Corn Office, I believe.
Corn, I think they melted that down and made hubcaps.
No, it does exist, but there's one person in particular who is still really defensive and butthurt about the whole thing.
That thing lived for like 4 days. It was never even handed out.
Oh my gosh, we went ham on sound off.
Well, we here in Polk City that year.
Yeah,
we had a little like.
We posed as the Pewter family.
Well, did they do that, or did we put that bit?
They put up a stand
where
right
you
here.
You and your family could pretend you were the Pewter family.
Yeah,
and
Sears
take
was
a
the little
picture.
girl down in the hall. There's like a trap door to make you short.
But like everybody else, you
chair.
could kind of come up and take your picture as the Pewter family. Oh my God!
And Ed was holding me. I think he threw his back out.
Yeah,
holding me. Yeah.
Oh,
so the Pewter family. But the thing that is kind of hard about that is we all are in bubbles. Like Hawkeye fans are in a bubble. Cyclone fans are in a bubble. The football programs are in bubbles. We're in a bubble sometime. Iowa Corn, it makes sense. They're in a bubble. Mm-hmm. Like they thought we're proud of farming and agriculture, and here's this farming family, and
I don't
in their head they thought this is a great trophy. People are going to love it.
As I recall, I don't think they were told that it was going to be like the football only trophy. I think they were trying to make they were thinking it was going to be like sports in general, like between the 2 schools, and so they didn't make it football forward in any way, shape, or form, which they got a lot of trouble. People gave them a lot of shit about that.
All right, so now we move forward. So we go by the Pewter family because I'm just ramping up to what I think is easily the most overblown CyHawk story. Although the Carson King teenage tweet was overblown, but it's kind of feels different than these other choices, and it ends up being a really positive thing because it helps raise more money. But it's Bandgate. Bandgate's one of the dumbest stories I've ever seen.
I went back down memory lane this morning, read a number of articles on this, kind of just reacquainting myself with all that happened here. So this is 2019.
Yep.
It's at Iowa State. Iowa wins the game, which I don't remember the other details about that game, but Iowa wins the game.
Yep.
And the band marches out the same ramp, the same exit that the Iowa State team comes down from the Jacobson building.
Yeah. The Iowa marching band, and they're feeling it. They're feeling the win.
They're on the field kind of late, and they walk through the Iowa State exit, where all these Iowa State fans are, and they file the whole band straight up through there, still playing, really kind of giving a middle finger to the Iowa State crowd, and they walk up there. So
because they won, they won.
They won. But the story that comes out, we hear that there's an incident. Okay, we're just like, well, I didn't notice anything about that. I didn't hear anything about that. Oh, no, there was an incident. This is coming as Iowa tells it, and Iowa fans are telling it, as the band is walking through. And this just escalates. Like everybody that tells the story embellishes it a little bit more and more.
Yep.
Well, they're walking up there, and people are shouting profanities at them. People are throwing things at them. People are pouring beer on them. At some point, a band director was pushed off of a ladder, and he fell down, and he broke his neck.
All of those things were said.
And then there
went up a notch.
It goes up a notch from there. Someone is sexually assaulted.
Yeah, these are all said.
And all this, and everybody's like, "What? That was going on? I didn't notice. I didn't know that." And all these, and so Bruce Harold holds a meeting over there with the band at the University of Iowa, and says, "We are not playing the CyHawk game anymore."
I forgot about that.
They took that. They're like, "We're not doing this anymore."
We can't keep our students safe.
We can't stay safe. You won't guarantee their safety. You're going to do this to us. We're not doing it anymore. All the Hawkeye fans obviously jump on board. Oh my God, I can't believe that. You would never see an Iowa fan doing that. This is so Iowa State. And everybody's like all up in arms about this. It's a huge deal. Should bands even travel to away games, that kind of stuff?
Meantime, Jamie Pollard has steam coming out of his ears.
But so Bruce Harold has this going on. The athletic Gary Barta at the time is in on that, and that's all the talk. And that's how long does that go for? Maybe a day, maybe 1 day. But then Jamie Pollard comes back. He holds a press conference.
Yeah, with President Winterstein.
Yeah, right. With President Winterstein. He comes out. He said, no. There's video of this entire thing.
Don't make us release it.
None of I think he said that. Yeah, he's like, none of this happened. None of this is true. Or we have no evidence of this. Okay? Yeah. The Ames police chief is in on it. And he's like, we haven't gotten a report of any of this. No one has filed any sort of, certainly not a sexual assault report, or we haven't heard about any of this. So the video comes out, and you see kind of what happened. So Pollard has told the Iowa band not to use that exit. You use the other exit over on the other side of the Jacobson building, where there will be far fewer people. There won't be the teams, the fans don't go out that way. It will be open. Go out that exit. Iowa, you can kind of see the Iowa marching band doesn't want to use that exit. They want to go up through the Iowa State fans.
They want to
do
there.
That.
Yeah, they want to have a marching middle finger.
Oh, yeah.
So they decide to use that anyway, even though they've been told not to. The band director was carrying the ladder. He was not standing on the ladder. He was carrying the ladder, and he got bumped. Bumped while he fell or something, because he's carrying a big folding ladder up through a crowd, and he fell and may have cracked some ribs, not broken his neck.
It was just so ridiculous.
The beer pour, and then you start hearing the story about how the band is they're giving it right back to the fans. It's a two-way street. The whole thing going on.
It always
there.
is.
It's a two-way. The whole thing just immediately just falls silent. Kind of after that.
That story came and went like 48 hours.
Like just like a fart in the wind. I mean, it was just gone.
I remember we carried the Jamie Pollard press conference live on our radio show.
Yeah.
We ended the show that day, and we were like, how is this going to end? Do we have to just keep talking about this? And that night was the Carson King tweet story. And This is the first time we've mentioned Bandgate since then.
The single biggest factor in it going away was the Carson.
There was another thing that got everybody outraged.
That's one of the biggest stories. And that's a rare story where 97% of people were on one side of the issue, and there were 3%
and then
going
a lot of people went too far. They tried to kill Ragbri.
They went nuts on the register. They lost so many subscriptions there.
They did.
And it just went nuts on them. And then
It wasn't a fake loss either. People say, like, I'm not watching you again. Or, I'm not listening again.
They're gone.
They had real cancellations.
Yeah. Right. So, and then that reporter that wrote that, it turned out that he had retweeted something like that. And he got they fired him.
Yeah.
And then he wrote this scathing article about the Des Moines Register. And you say, look, they told me to do this, and this I had to do. I didn't have any choice to do this. And then he just got. He was just persona non grata. And then he moved to like Brooklyn, New York, and people kept following him. And it turned out that guy had some real issues. I mean, it did really look like he did do a lot of that extra on his own.
And he kept trying to engage me by saying like mean things and I just ignored him.
That guy was a tool. So anyway, that is what took over Bandgate. But Bandgate was like, we were really talking about. We were like, is the CyHawk series over?
Is it winning? Is Bandgate winning?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, gosh. But
people were saying, they were like, is this it?
Scott, you're still here? Come here. Let me give you a...
Thanks.
Come here, you little buddy.
I love being part of the Pewter family.
Oh, somebody said I thought 3 Men and a Baby ended in the 80s. All right, Scott, here. This will get your testosterone back up.
A new chair? Bring me a new chair.
No, don't bring the chair. So we had this at the beginning of the show, which is about 3 hours ago. But last night, you and Toby Case, you're training a guy in Ugg slippers and talking him out of quitting his career as an electrician to become an MMA fighter.
He's got great elbows. I told him to do a left. Yeah. Yeah. Low calf kick. Boom. Right there.
Give me a little low calf kick.
How did this start? Because we're talking to the guy who should be celebrating his wife's birthday.
Yeah.
And Ed and I look over, and you're training a guy in MMA. That's RVTV.
It is so RVT. I honestly don't know how MMA came up. I don't. But we were in Boone at a race car bar, so, And then this kid is so earnest.
Yeah, he is.
And he's got this huge vape pen that's like the size of a VCR player. And I'm like, hey, listen, you got to give that up. That's really bad for you. And then he's like, you want a Zyn? And I said, okay, you keep the Zyns. You got to get rid of the VCR player vape pen. And he's like, well, I don't know. I was like, what do you do? He's like, well, I like to fight. I was like, you train? He's like, every day. You want to see?
You were telling him to give up the vape before he even knew that he was in anything athletic.
Oh, yeah. This thing was so big. It was like the size of your lung.
Just too big of a
vape. And then he just got up there, and he's like, I'll show you. I'll shadow box.
Hey, AD, can you turn his mic down a little bit? Because he's giving me a headache. He's yelling.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Let's get some more when you feel like it, Scott.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
Scott, sit up.
Do I have to do something?
Just sit up.
No, just
this is all I got.
Keep hanging out.
Sit up straight, please.
Don't sit. Yeah, just relax. That's a nice chair there. Just a little low.
Not long enough.
More is brought to you by Either Or Patio and Eatery. It celebrates its second anniversary next week. It's got a 3-day party. They're calling it the Either Or Carnival. Going to be out of their great patio. Stuff for adults and kids alike. Food and drink specials both outside and in. Details on their social media feeds. We'll tell you more next week.
Jesus. You almost knocked the table over there.
Jeez.
You told me to sit up.
All right, these are the highest-rated high schools in the Des Moines Metro, according to U.S. News and World Report. Schools ranked on mainly on college readiness, state assessment proficiency.
Not feeling good about the Des Moines public schools. Where
Roosevelt is the best of the Des Moines public schools. It's on. Yeah, it's not in the top 5.
But it's not going to be in this.
No,
okay.
It's not. Van Meter is number 1. Van Meter right now. Adel DeSoto Minburn, ADM. High school number 2.
Niall Kinnick.
Number 3, the original Spankany.
Ankeny.
Number 2, the Johnny Come Lately Spankany Centennial.
Oh, wow.
And number 5, Valley High School.
Which is where your kids are funneling into.
That's right, yeah. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is using drones equipped with thermal cameras and loudspeakers to protect cattle from wolf attacks in Oregon and California.
Now, that would be a good Scott school. That would have been good.
This is really kind of interesting. These drones, they fly over the areas where wolves pose a threat, and when they can see them through thermal imaging, and then when they do see them, they chase them out of there using various sounds through the speakers. One of the sounds is they play Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Can you imagine that? And then wolves just like, oh man, it's AC/DC, get out of here. They tick off, but that doesn't work quite as well as the recording of the human voice saying, "Attention, please do not attack the cattle."
That works.
Yeah, and they leave. They're just like, oh well, now that you've asked that way,
yeah.
Now that you asked nicely, we won't
play Apocalypse Now soundtrack.
Meanwhile, last Sunday at church, I want you guys to watch this. What's going on with Pastor Mark?
I feel like I just snorted cocaine or something. I'm so excited. And I never did that before. For the record. For the record. For the record. For the record. But I'm clapping my hands.
What a bizarre thing to say. Because even if you say for the record, I've never done that, you're making it seem like I'm so happy. I imagine this must be what it's like to snort cocaine.
Yeah,
that's
just
comment.
weird. The roided up pastor.
Andy, by the way, funny comment here from Tony Farrell. Scott looks like the JV radio personality.
Food and Wine asked chefs which foods were best left out of the refrigerator. And here's the list they came up with. Bryce Miller, I know you're listening to the show right now. I want you to listen up to this. Keep these out of the refrigerator, people. Avocados, bananas, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm good so far.
Nobody puts their bananas. Keep the onions out of the refrigerator.
Okay.
Dark, dry place, closet. Keep the bread out of the refrigerator. My mom, Mom, are you listening? Get the bread out of the refrigerator, Mom.
Yeah, I'm in trouble now.
Mom, stop everything right now. Take the loaf of bread out of the refrigerator. The butter doesn't need to be in the refrigerator.
No. Good there. Yeah, we don't have our butter.
Keep it out.
In.
Yeah. Honey. Yeah, you don't put that. That's good. No hot sauce in the fridge.
Right.
Don't need it. Ketchup out of the fridge. I keep the ketchup in the fridge.
I keep it too, and I wish it wasn't in the fridge because I always feel like it's cooling off the hot food. So I'd rather it not be in the refrigerator because the ketchup gets cold.
Yeah. You don't want that. You don't want how you doing down there, Scott?
I was just thinking, of course, Keith, when you put something cold on something hot, the temperatures merge.
I get that, but if I don't have the ketchup in the refrigerator, it's not going to bring the temperature down as much. So I think that's a good move.
Well, of course. I don't even know what you're trying to say.
You're not adding anything. Go ahead, Andy.
All right. Potato.
Put an ice cube on there.
Potatoes. I don't think anybody keeps their potatoes in the fridge. Soy sauce doesn't need to be in the fridge. And this is for Bryce. This is for our friend Kenny Pink. Tomatoes. I told you. You don't put the tomatoes in the refrigerator. Those two would gang up on me on our fishing trips up to Lac Seul. Just chide me for wanting to keep the tomatoes out of the refrigerator. Tomatoes belong in the refrigerator. I told you. See this list right here? Proves that I'm right.
How do you know this? The person who did this list isn't insane.
This is because it's from the internet. It's real. It's real.
When has the internet ever been wrong?
Yeah. All right, let's finish up this with a game of Who's the A-hole?
You asshole.
You're an asshole.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Back off, asshole! This machine just called me an asshole.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing, assholes!
I'm an American. You're a sick asshole.
So earmuffs, kids.
Yeah, I should have said that 30 seconds ago. Okay, this is from a woman. Okay, everybody know how Who's the A-hole goes? You tell me who's the A-hole here. Who's at fault here, okay?
All right.
Here's the scenario. This is a woman writing. She says, this line at a Starbucks I went to was really long. I was in line for a good maybe 20 minutes. The people that will sit in the line at Starbucks, that I don't understand that.
No, that's insane.
They will sit in line. Get up, go inside, or go somewhere else. 20 minutes in line.
Make your own coffee.
Oh my God! Yeah, make your own coffee. She says I was in line for a good maybe 20 minutes until this lady in a Mercedes tried to cut in front of me and like 8 others behind me. I laid on the horn and tried to block her from cutting me, but she succeeded anyway and flipped me off. Oh.
Okay, seems pretty clear so far. This must take a turn.
I'm the type of person who will not let someone get away with that shit like this.
Here's the turn.
All right, so I'm quoting. So I waited until she pulled up, and as soon as she tried to order, I honked my horn. Then she looked at me with a dirty look, gave me the finger again.
Again, 2 fingers now.
Mercedes lady quick with the middle finger.
Yeah.
But this lady, I said I gave it right back to her. And then each time she made an attempt to order something, I honked and sometimes laid on the horn for a full 3 seconds. I stopped as soon as she drove off, and then I went and ordered and went about my day.
Okay.
Who's the a-hole? The line cutter or the horn honker?
It's the line.
She's wondered. I mean,
it's the line cutter.
Totally. Just
no, it's both.
I mean, yeah, this is obnoxious.
It's
the
both.
horn honker's obnoxious. Maybe one time, but to keep doing it.
You made the whole situation worse.
Yeah, but
by being
she's
an a-hole.
But she did start it by. I mean, why does she get to cut line?
She should.
She's in her Mercedes.
But, like, think about the people in the Starbucks. They don't care about this stupid line quabble. They just want to get another order, and this horn honking is screwing that up
I
for
bet
them.
even the people behind the horn honker were like, all right, it's going to take me 45 extra seconds to get my coffee, but I don't need a horn honking constant. Like, now I have a headache.
They probably don't even know what's going on.
And they all are deprived of caffeine.
They got obnoxious for sure.
These 2 Karens are doing battle over a cup of coffee that both of them could have been perfectly able to go and get on their own. Just get out of your car.
Well, I get that it's a little. There's some both here, as AD points out.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. But the premise of the game is we have to pick one or the other, right? If I'm picking the line cutter.
Yeah, I'll pick the line cutter. Too.
Probably so.
Line cutter.
The honking of the horn. I feel like I like that move. You interrupt. You make them.
That makes
repeat
sense.
It.
That tracks.
You get
somebody obnoxious.
And if you're going to do it one time, you got to go all in.
You got to be committed too to stay on top of that.
Right.
She's really watching her.
You got to.
I see her mouth moving.
It doesn't work if you only honk once.
No,
you're right about that.
You can't do it once. That's weak sauce.
You got to do it over and over again. All right, and she stuck with it until the lady was just finally, all right, fine. She drove off. She won. All right, that's your more, everybody.
It is time for the Andrew Downs audio drop of the day. Speaking of earmuffs, we call it the AD square.
Hey, before we get to that, let's do a quick "What's Bugging You" from this week.
Okay, I would like that.
Powered by Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates. If what's bugging you is your credit card debt, please call us at Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've helped over 100,000 people, and we can help you.
Yeah, this is Murphy Keith down here from southern Iowa, just a stone's throw from the Missouri border. And what's bugging me is I was watching the show on Monday, and I saw Keith on the back of some guy's hog, and he needs to know that dudes don't ride on the back of hogs. I am going to let him off the hook because it looks like he had a cool shirt on that he cut the sleeves off. So that's what's bugging me. And I just want to let him know that I think he needs to wear that shirt on that their happy hour show because it doesn't make him look like a sissy like that Chris Hassel guy.
This is Mitch from Polk City. What's bugging me is hate week. We need to focus more on being Iowa nice to one another and focus on hating our neighbors that we can all agree on. For example, Minnesota, PJ Fleck is a tool and he couldn't row a rubber ducky if he tried. Hey, Kansas, wheat sucks. The sunflowers suck, and the color purple really sucks. Wisconsin, fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. And finally, as we can all agree, Nebraska, your corn sucks. It's not the 1990s anymore, and I haven't seen Cooter Ray show his face in years. He knew it was time to move on. Go Iowa.
All right, that was a good one.
I thought that was good to get that.
That was good. No, I'm glad you did.
Really absolutely.
Yes,
bring us all together. Our hatred of our neighbors.
Yeah, no, that's good. Bring it together. Yeah, just a positive message to end it there. Hate people outside the state.
Exactly.
All right, got it. All right, now it's time for the Andrew Downs audio drop of the day. We call it the AD Square.
Powered by Game Day Men's Health. I went up to Ankeny, the Prairie Trail neighborhood yesterday. Got the most important tee shot of the year right before the CyHawk game. I'm ready to go into Sweet Carolines tomorrow and just wreck thing.
Dave actually got a booth set up over here on the square. Yeah, if you're with us on the square, you want to talk to the guys at Game Day, they're here.
They have a Cybertruck.
They do, yeah. They got a Tesla.
I've got a little something that needs some parental advisory. None of these bleeps are necessary. It's all innocent conversation, but I place bleeps to make you hear things that aren't actually being said. What you hear is on you, not us. It's This Week in Iowa, unnecessary censorship.
Here is Mark Gronowski talking about knowing he needs to be better after that really shitty first game against Albany.
You should be getting your meat at Fairway. If you're getting your meat anywhere else,
you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. Unless you're a farmer and you're like a cow on your own farm. That's like the only exception.
Punts it away to Weegan. Scoots away, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, heads to the far side of the field, spun down from behind at the 40-yard line. You're going to see that all season long. Amazing.
Publicly apologized, admitted his error, returned the hat, and expressed regret to the boy, his family, the fans, and the tennis player, and then he publicly himself in a town square.
It's good! Kyle Conrorty hit a school record 63-yard field goal. Unbelievable.
Things just aren't lining up the way I wanted them to this morning, but now I'm on the show and we're going to make it work.
We're going to have a fun time today, except I'm currently being
Oh my gosh. I'm currently being what?
Scammed, I believe.
Scammed. Yeah, scammed.
Which, if you didn't hear Overthinking this week, I mean, listen to the whole show. The first 10 minutes are some of the funniest stuff that's ever happened.
That's the scam, right? The scam part? Yeah, the scam. That's what my mind heard, too.
I'm sure.
Quickie poll results presented by WCI Pools and Spas. 2 polls today.
All right, who is under more pressure to win tomorrow? Cyclones or the Hawkeyes?
It's the Cyclones.
Iowa State running away with this one. 64% of the vote. 36% say it's the Hawkeyes.
The stupid Quickie poll is presented by Hoodoo. H-U-D-U.
Hoodoo.
Oh, God.
Of these choices...
I have no high register anymore. Sorry, guys.
That's so RVTV.
The most overblown CyHawk story, Bandgate, 49%. 28% go with Carson King's teen tweet. 12% the Pewter family trophy. And 11% the Iowa locker room theft.
All right, there you go. Boy, we're set up for live RVTV 4, 5, and 6 from here in Polk City. Justin Cernsey and I by 6 will be over at the stadium, which is in Alleman. Should have good signal there tonight in prime time.
I need to find a way to warm up my knees.
Yeah, you got it. You don't have any pants?
Cold patellas.
You're going to need pants.
I got pants.
Okay.
I do. I brought several changes of clothes.
You're going to need pants. Yeah, so that is coming up tonight in prime time. Or we've had some people in the comments asking, people from other states. Yeah, the WHO 13 Plus app, which is free. You can watch anywhere in the world. Or it is online, too, as well at WHO13.com or on the main channel tonight, the game. That starts at 6:56 p.m.
And a reminder, we're only halfway through our day here with Iowa Everywhere live shows. Hassel and Doctorman will be at Big Grove in Des Moines starting at 4 o'clock. And then Scott's going to join me at Buffalo Wild Wings on Merle Hay for 6:30 for Hawks on Tap.
Jeez, man, you got a busy day. And you're at Sweet Caroline's Win or Lose tomorrow for Instant Iowa.
Can't wait.
That will be fun. Oh, thank you for everybody who showed up here. Thank you to all the towns on the RVTV tour. Thanks for Scott Edwards, Plaza RV, for getting us around and for having a warm place for Scott to go. Scott, get a chair that fits. AD, thanks.
Thank you.
On to the next. Be sure to check out AD's merch store over at iowaeverywhere.com from AKC Marketing. If you get a chance, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you found us. Andy, we're back in our homes Monday.
Back in our homes, and we'll have a game to talk about. I wonder what will happen tomorrow.
Yeah, I got sound off Sunday night, RVTV today, and then we're back Monday. We hope you are too.
Murph and Andy was brought to you by Ramsey Subaru on Hickman Road in Urbandale.